fly past. Storm surge expected from cyclone. And Sir Arnold appointed as PNG ambassador to USA. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. Two Royal Australian Air Force F-35A Lightning fighter jets conducted a flypast over Jackson's International Airport, then landed, refueled, and en route to Australia. The two jets flew in from Guam.
The jets, flown by commanding officer of 75th Squadron, Wing Commander Andrew Nielsen, and his counterpart, flew over Port Moresby before landing at the Jackson's International Airport to refuel at the APEC terminal. The jets are part of the 75th Squadron, based at the Royal Australian Air Force, based in Tyndall, Northern Territory. While waiting for their jets to be refueled, Commander Andrew Nielsen shared his thoughts.
It was exercise Cope North. We were exercising under our sort of trilateral agreement between the Japanese and the US. The US committed a bunch of assets, the US Air Force, US Navy, US Marine Corps. There was a single squadron from the Japanese Self-Defense Force of F-35s. They also brought a KC-46 tanker. Our contribution was an E-7, a KC-30 tanker, and we took 8 aircraft, or 8 F-35 aircraft over there, all 72 now in Australia. The squadron only fairly recently transitioned about 3 years ago to F-35 operations, 4 years ago. So it's a relatively quick transition for Australia, going from the classic Hornet across to F-35.
He stated that this further strengthens both international ties and his personal relationship with PNGDF Air Element Commanding Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Douglas Wavar.
As Dougie said, the longer I spend in the Air Force and the military, the more I realise that actually the world's a very small place and friendships really do matter. And it's quite cool to turn up and suddenly see a familiar face, someone that you've worked with before, you've had a few jokes with and done some flying operations together. So hopefully this is like, a step towards, really strengthening that. We're just returning from exercise Cope North, where we got to work with a bunch of the US services and the Japanese Self-Defense Force as well.
Adding to that, Commander Douglas Wavar also shared his perspective.
In World War II, and the Jackson's International Terminal is named after him. For the air element, in our process of rebuilding, we have under the Flight of Excellence program, our relationship with the Royal Australian Air Force is long and enduring based on our relationships from when we came out from the Royal Australian Air Force on the 12th of August 1975. So we will celebrate our 50th anniversary, and so today it's fitting that 75 Squadron is here and I get to meet Fidi. I know him personally. I worked with him in APEC Assist back in 2018. So it just shows the relationships on a bigger level and also on a personal level.
Nelson further explained that getting a Lightning jet ready for an emergency would take only a few minutes before it is.
It varies. You can set the aircraft up to be airborne very, very quickly if you're sitting in kind of an alert posture, and we do practice that. If there is a thunderstorm at the airfield, so we don't have the fuel reserves to go all the way back to Tyndall today. So yeah, we'll be in Townsville an hour and 15 minutes after takeoff from here.
The landing of these two jets further reinforces PNG's bilateral relationship with Australia. James Gukan, National EMTV News.
The National Weather Service advised of a storm surge of 3 to 5 meters is expected along the coastlines of Milne Bay and its outer island, and a 2.5 to 4 meters is expected along the coastlines of Central Province in the next 6 to 12 hours, with the risk of flooding in the low-lying areas. This is due to effects of tropical Cyclone Alfred.
noting that we're still in the monsoon season where severe weather, like a tropical cyclone, are expected till the month of April. Meteorologist with the PNG Weather Service, Benjamin Malai, advised on the Category 1 tropical cyclone Alfred. He said, although it is not in our area, the impacts from the weather system will still affect PNG.
That system was in the Australian region or area of responsibility. At the same time, Australia was monitoring the system. National Weather Service PNG was doing the same. At about 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, that was yesterday, the Australian Bureau of Meteorology attached a name to that system. It was called Alfred at 4 o'clock yesterday. At 4 o'clock this morning, the system was located about 300 kilometers directly south of Sudest Island in the Milne Bay province.
Mr. Malai noted advisories were sent for this regard.
Issued certain advisories. There is flooding, storm surge, heavy rainfall, gale force winds, and sometimes during late this week, we will have very heavy swells pounding the provinces of Gulf and Western Province and parts of Central.
With the tropical cyclone brewing outside of the National Weather Service's area of responsibility, Mr. Malai said his team is confident of their prediction.
We did not receive, or we have not been receiving any data from that area. However, we have issued warnings, and based on our analysis, we think that the warnings that we issued, they are kind of spot on.
Tropical Cyclone Alfred is expected to move eastwards and intensify into a severe tropical cyclone by tomorrow, then move southwards across the Coral Sea. Flood warnings for this were also sent.
We also issued flood warning for 3 provinces, 4, Milne Bay, Central, Poboneta or Oro, and also Western Province. Those warnings are still current as we speak right now.
Mr. Malai reminded that the warnings made by the Weather Service are important and the general public, especially residents along the coastal areas, ought to adhere accordingly for the benefit of all. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
Ambassador designated of Papua New Guinea to the United States of America, His Excellency Chief Sir Arnold Ahmed, was commissioned this morning. The event was witnessed by the families of Sir Arnold Ahmad, along with the Ambassador to United Nations, Fred Sarufa, and Ambassador to Republic of China, Thaddeus Kambane. Minister Tachenko said the appointment process, although tedious, was done at the highest level.
The position of Ambassador has been vacant for quite a long time. And with that, I am pleased that finally the King of Papua New Guinea, King Charles III, and the President of the United States, Donald Trump, have signed off on the appointment of our choice and highly recommended of Sir Arnold Ahmed as the new ambassador.
His Excellency Sir Arnold Ahmad will be based at Washington, D.C. in North America.
I thank the government, of course, Mr. Minister and Mr. Secretary, for its confidence in this appointment and for the perseverance and journey of several years it's taken. Actually, for many who may not know, the appointment began in 2019. And then COVID set in, that delayed that process, and then, Mr. Minister, our government in 2019 and the current leadership affirmed that, and it's taken this many years to get to this point.
The ambassador and his family will depart for the U.S. once all necessary documents are sorted. Meanwhile, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Justin revealed that negotiations with the United States and Papua New Guinea through the Defense Cooperation Agreement will ensure a relationship at
the United States and Papua New Guinea through the Defense Cooperation Agreement, which had never been done before in this level or this regard. It was negotiated by our Secretary and all our leaders, from the Prime Minister, myself, Deputy Prime Minister and others down, to ensure that we have a new relationship at the highest level for security, especially, and prosperity and trade and economics.
The minister said he will be working closely with the new ambassador to implement these negotiations.
We'll be working closely with the ambassador in the implementation of that DCA to ensure what we agreed to and signed for will be implemented under a Trump administration. And that is a big question mark as we speak. So this is why also I will be over in Las Vegas, where I'll be meeting all my counterparts from the State Department over there and talking to them about why they should continue to invest and look after and be part of the Pacific now and into the future.
A 20-year-old man has been charged with sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl in the early hours of January 24, 2025 at 5 Mile area in Port Moresby.
According to police report, the victim, who is a minor, had been outside her home to relieve herself when the accused, Paul Tony, allegedly ambushed her. He was accused of taping her mouth shut, dragging her behind his house, tying her to a tree, and sexually assaulting her. The attack was interrupted when her father called out for her. Realizing that he might be caught, Tony allegedly untied her and pushed her to go home. Struggling to walk and breathless from the tape over her mouth, she managed to tell her father about the incident. A complaint was laid and later he was apprehended and taken into police custody. Tony appeared at the Waigani Committal Court before Magistrate Paul Nee, where his case was adjourned to March 24, 2025 to allow police more time to gather sufficient evidence. In the meantime, he has been remanded at the Bomana prison. James Guken, National EMTV News.
Secretary for Department of Works and Highways, Gibson Olemba, has confirmed that the transnational highway connecting Morobe Province to Port Moresby through Gulf Province is nearing completion, with just 40 more kilometers left to be constructed.
Oiwa Junction to Aseki, Myanmar and Airport Junction in Gulf Province. Significant progress has been made with more than 100 kilometers of the road already constructed. Works Secretary stated that approximately 40 kilometers of the highway extending from Oiwa Junction to Bema and then to Kotidanga in Gulf Province is on track for completion before the 50th Golden Jubilee celebration in September 16, 2025. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao. And this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy. True inspiration through generations.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
And with loads of good pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Firstly, national content is a concept and a practice by the industry for many, many decades.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with the PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy.
The landowner companies from our project area footprint, plus businesses and businesses in the country.
That's on tonight.
National EMTV News.
Following news on social media regarding the Pope's death, the Catholic Bishop Conference in PNG today clarified that if the Pope dies, there is a protocol to announce his death, and the announcement has to come from CBC. His Lordship Bishop Otto Sepre confirmed that Pope Francis is under critical condition.
When people like that, the Pope dies, it comes from a formal people to make the announcement. Like in the Bishops' Conference, we have certain people who are assigned to say that. So we are here to clarify maybe the fake news going around. A couple of us bishops here, we already received calls from our diocese saying that, is the Pope dead already? So we said, we don't really know. So we cannot give this kind of information where we don't really know. So here we are going to say that we have not received formally that the Pope is dead. We know that he's in hospital. He is very sick and is under medical attention.
The Vice President of CBC also said to post such fake news on social media is unacceptable.
Also a bit shocked to see the Facebook posts about the death of Pope, that Pope Francis is dead, and then they were putting up the post as if it is coming from Vatican. so which is wrong. There is in the church there is protocol. When a pope dies, what happens? Who gives the news? Where do we come? Where do we get the news from? There are protocols in place already, because Pope Francis is not the first pope for us. So for us, the point of reference is nunciature, because that is the Vatican embassy here in Papua New Guinea. This time, what we ask all Papua New Guineans to do is to pray.
The vice president of CBC said the Pope just visited PNG 4 months ago, and it is sad to hear that he is under such a critical condition. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Gawi Health Center in East Sepik Province is on high alert as the Sepik River enters its wet season, bringing with a surge in malaria cases.
Gawi Health Center, also known as Burui Health Center, is a key medical facility under the East Sepik Provincial Health Authority. It provides critical healthcare services to riverside communities along the Sepik River, an area prone to high malaria infections. According to the officer in charge, Julius Windu, the health center recorded a staggering 667 malaria cases in January alone. With the wet season setting in, he warns that those numbers could rise dramatically. Despite the looming crisis, Mr. Windu says the facility's team of 10, including 5 community health workers, 4 nurses and himself, are ready to respond. However, he expressed concerns about possible shortages of medical supplies during the wet period. In a positive response, the East Sepik Provincial Health Authority says they stand ready to assist Gawi Health Center. Meanwhile, 19 cases of pertussis, or the whooping cough, have been identified in the area. This highly contagious bacterial infection poses a severe risk, particularly to infants. Mr. Windu plans to conduct a full assessment of the catchment area to determine the best intervention strategies. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
A team from the May River Health Sub-Center has partnered with the Sepik Seventh-day Adventist Health Service to bring vital medical care and education to a remote community in the East Sepik Province.
On Friday, February 21st, the healthcare officers traveled to the village of Samo in Ambunti district to conduct a health promotion and treatment session focused on ulcers and yaws. This initiative is part of the annual activity plan endorsed by the Ambunti District Health Services and the Sepik 7-day Adventist Health Director, Elder Diven Watio. With literacy challenges and limited access to formal education in the region, the team has prioritized health education. Their goal is to equip communities with the knowledge they need to prevent and manage common health issues. Despite facing logistical challenges, including delays in medical supply deliveries, the team continues to deliver healthcare services. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
In order to respond to geotechnical hazard in Leer, Mining Newmont has installed an advanced slope stability monitoring radars.
The newly installed AXA radars account for vegetation and atmospheric interferences, which are vital in Leer's challenging environmental conditions and are designed to provide precise and reliable data. The Superintendent for Leer's Geotechnical Engineering and Hydrogeology, Kaipale Pano, said the radars were at the forefront of geotechnical engineering technology and would improve safety and efficiency at Leer. He said Lear's ore body is situated in a volcanic crater, and whilst extinct, it is still geothermally very active. Geothermal production zone directly beneath the mining footprint creates safety hazards unique to Lear, such as geysering in one blast holes and outbursts of hot rocks in high-pressure ground. He said this slope monitoring setup will help to manage some of the risk, ultimately keeping the people and assets safe every day. The installation of the new radars follows the successful use of two older models, which have been in operation since 2016. While they serve Lear's mining operation well, the availability of newer, more reliable technology prompted the upgrade, reflecting Lear's ongoing commitment to maintaining the highest standards of operational safety and efficiency. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited has begun collecting seismic data in its Barriquer Petroleum Retention License in Gulf Province this month.
Kumul Petroleum Managing Director Wapusong said that the data collection in the Birikewa and Kimu fields will provide additional information on gas and oil volumes to improve targets for potential further drilling and development path. Mr. Song described this as a historic moment, being the first time a 100% national company has been engaged in petroleum assessment work in the country. He explained that the seismic data collection was conducted in a remote area with assistance of a helicopter. Mr. Song stated that line cutting was a labor-intensive task and the oil mill managed operation involved more than 100 local employees. Song noted that Kumul Petroleum Holding is actively participating
interest in the practice of corn farming.
Only few people know that we are doing this in the past 30 years, farming this area of more than 500 hectares of corn. So we thought we wanted to tell everyone that corn production can be done in Papua New Guinea, and we can do yields that is comparable to world achievable yields.
General Manager of Rumion Farm, David Domingo, emphasized that this practice not only aligns with the government's push for green production, but ensures efficiency by replacing the import of wheat. The occasion was attended by numerous stakeholders, including Grow PNG's country director, David Stewart, who commended the great partnership between the Aridangin Land Group of Tumua Makam District and the investor.
Here is an example of what Grow PNG have been trying to achieve for the last 5 years. A very, very solid commercial engagement between a producing investor and a landowning clan. This relationship that you have has developed over such a long period of time that I think what has happened here is that there is a huge element of trust in what you do with each other and your interactions with each other and your negotiations with each other. David, your team and your board need to...
The Rumion Farm, who originally specialized in piggery and cattle farming, saw corn farming as a means of self-sustenance by producing their own feeds. Without an irrigation system installed, the plantation relies solely on the rainfall all year round. Having been in operation for the past 30 years, Rumion Farm hopes to expand its production of corn as the market for it grows. Jessica Nui, National EMTV News, Ley.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The kina closed unchanged at 0.2487 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying 0.2412 US dollars, 0.3763 Australian dollars, 0.2229 euro, 36.66 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed lower, copper closed higher, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Kids, it's time to go back to school. Is this the place to go? Please don't forget the golden rule. Is this the place to go? Hey, mums and dads, don't make a fuss. Is this the place to go? Get the school supplies from us. Is this the place to go? Everything you need for school. Is this the place to go? Be sure to keep the teacher cool. Is this the place to go? Ring, ring goes the bell.
Theodist for all your school stationery.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and life.
Solomon Islands,
Mr. and myself, we went to Port Vila. We've identified a place.
He said the university intends to open its 19th center in Port Vila, Vanuatu.
Land Secretary and Lands Minister, and they were promised to help us to purchase this land in Port Vila. So our strategic and corporate plan, one of the key pillars is Pacific expansion. So we're doing that. So it's very important for us to see that we are leaders in teacher training, not only in PNG, but also in the Pacific. So we will be shortly doing that. Mr. Rui, my committee, we've just met on Friday, and we have approved $2 million to purchase the land.
With this year's theme being Freedom of Choice and Liberation, and with the progress on the Port Vila Center, 3,000 teachers are expected to do in-service programs in Vanuatu once establishment of the center. Another new development for the university is the 200 teachers from the IDFL HELA centers, early childhood learning teachers.
I think that's that well. They're also very good early childhood. We need to bring our programs, early childhood, because now our country needs early childhood teachers in the country. So it's very important for us to step up.
Whilst other universities await the government budget, UOG was presented 30 million kina.
They haven't received any government budget yet. They will start getting money next week, next month. But we got our budget, a complete budget of 30 million presented by the CEO of the country.
IDFL Executive Director Consul Rui makes an appeal.
Campuses all around the country here, as you've heard, and we're well placed. We'd like to appeal to all our great thought leaders who haven't received any spacing in any institutions to please come to our centers in the respective provinces, and we've got programs out there. They can come in. They must not feel miserable out there. So that's our appeal to our great thought leaders out there in the country.
Claire Mauta, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Dr. Waninga spoke of the challenges faced at the university and has started addressing, and Stanley says he is aware.
EFL graduates and UOG campus, I think we should remove everything. You must not say early childhood IDFL. Why do you say early childhood IDFL? Why you discriminate somebody with IDFL with someone who's doing it's all IDFL, early childhood diploma? Huh? So I will put a submission, because I'm the chairman, we need to remove them and just let every certificate, degrees look alike and feel the same and have the same status.
As a way of supporting younger generation in education, 2 female employees from Newmont in Lear paid a visit to the Lear international students during the International Day for Women and Girls in Science.
As part of Newmont's collaboration between Lear International School during the International Day for Women and Girls, 3 female employees visited the school. The 3 ladies were Lear Supervisor Geotechnical Projects Jemima Kutkwe, Senior Metallurgist Tamala Anam, and Graduate Metallurgist Kathleen Aruma. Tamala, 35, from Moroben, Isipik Province, told the students that their passion for science started at an early age and grew with time as she progressed through school. After pursuing mineral processing engineering at the University of Technology, she joined Lear Gold Mine in 2017 and is now one of the 3 senior production metallurgists. She said she is currently engaged in gold processing. Also, part of her job is to ensure safety standards, environmental policies and regulations are strictly followed. Tamala further encouraged the students, especially girls, to pursue her studies in STEM. She said STEM careers can be a voice of change, you can contribute meaningfully to Papua New Guinea and the world. She encourages the girls to embrace the challenges that comes with it, learn and grow from mistakes, setting their goals and maintain commitment and self-discipline, and everything will fall in line. The school principal for Liu International School, Kevin Collins, lauded the women for encouraging and motivating the students with their stories and the career opportunities in STEM. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Various Catholic schools in the nation's capital have undergone a media education seminar over the weekend.
The discussions focused on roles and expectations of animators and students, emphasizing how schools can use media to spread positive and inspiring messages. Catholic Bishop Conference Social Communications Coordinator, Father Ambrose Pera, who facilitated the seminar, stressed the importance of using social media. He adds the animators to guide young people in critically evaluating the content they consume and share online. He emphasized the need to be critical consumers of media and the potential integration of media literacy into the curriculum. He encouraged participants to consider the impact of content before posting, as it will determine changes in communities. The seminar marked the beginning of a series of seminars this year under the theme Pilgrims of Hope, Journeying from Darkness to Light. The theme is a combination of the Jubilee Year theme and the Archbishop of Port Moresby. Another session will be held in March and June this year. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Now moving to overseas news, a major fishing group says a man competing in a tournament in New South Wales has died after an incident at the coast of Newcastle.
Yeah, so Gemma, a statement's come out from the New South Wales Game Fishing Association. They play a key role in administering this tournament, which is at Port Stephens. It's about 2 hours or so north of Sydney by car. And it was here that yesterday it was Paul Barning, they've since identified, of the Port Hacking Game Fishing Club, has come overboard and from his vessel there. And it's there that he's since died, so says the Game Fishing Association. Now, there had been some reports, including ones relayed to the ABC yesterday, that there was an instance where a shark had been involved and potentially taken the man. It's worth noting as well that some white sharks in particular had been sighted in waters around the region over the last week. But today, this emphatic statement from the New South Wales, so the state-based authority saying that of game fishing, saying that that's not correct. In fact, that such reports are untrue and fabrication, saying that instead he died in the most unlikely circumstances, and thus this is the danger of game fishing. They haven't provided more detail about the manner in which they say Paul Barning has died, and it is worth noting the New South Wales Police themselves have not confirmed the death of Mr Barning. That might be because, as it was first reported to them, no one has been found at this point. So police now resuming this search by air and sea. There's a series of vessels doing what's called parallel searches, where they basically all take up one point along a body of water, move a distance apart, and then travel along that body of water to try and see if they can find anyone. It may be at this stage that it is the body of Paul Barning they're looking for.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
EMTV News A Closer Look returns for 2025, the current affairs program that brings to you weekly insights for the latest on education, health, business, politics,
I just want to make that clear,
sports, and more. A Closer Look, every Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. Talai Spartans walked away with 10,000 kina prize money after beating Vadatau Brothers in the KCK Rigorized Leg 2 Grand Final at Bava Park in Port Moresby.
Talai Spartans claimed the victory in front of a fully packed crowd against the Vadatau Brothers, securing an 18-2. The final whistle signaled the Talai Spartans, who walked away with the prestigious 10,000 kina prize for their outstanding performance. The Vadatau Brothers, despite the loss, put up a strong fight and will look to bounce back in the major finals. Jonathan Sibona, Tukai Sports.
Vanguard Netball team has won their match against Constantino Group of Companies to stand by in the finals.
Vanguard International had an exceptional season in Division 14, finishing at the top of the ladder with just one loss throughout the round games. Captain Evelina Awa spoke on the team's behalf.
So far, throughout the round games, we've been first place on the ladder with only one loss throughout the season. So we were first, and now we make it through to the grand final, beating CGC. It was a very tough game, and we were down by 4 points in the first quarter. So it was 8-4, and we came back and beat them by 3, 11-8. So hats off to the girls. They've been very committed, and the willingness to learn has been there. So we say thank you to our management and our executive management for the support and the backing throughout the season. So we look forward to the grand final, and yeah, we wish everyone else, CGC, all the best in their semi-finals.
She also acknowledged CGC for giving them a good game and also the people behind the team's success.
So we have to adjust on our shooting. Our shooters were quite slow in the first half, so we need to work on our accuracy and the ball placement throughout the game. So that's one thing that we need to work on for the grand final. My advice to the young and upcoming netballers, the youngsters, just don't give up. Keep going and continuing to put in the hard work, and yeah, you'll get there one day. So thank you.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Firstly, national content is a concept and a practice by the industry for many, many decades.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with the PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy.
The landowner companies from our project area footprint, plus businesses in the province and businesses in the country.
That's on tonight.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. The Digitech Techno wrapped up another competitive season in Division 15 but fell short to qualify for the finals.
Digitech lost their last match against Brian Bell 2, losing by a single point, but the players are determined to learn from the mistakes and come back stronger. Reflecting on the season, team representative Paya Nawari gave her remarks.
And we played last season and this season as well. We're in Division 15, third place in our division. Unfortunately, in today's game, we lost to our opposing team, which is Brian Bell 2. They beat us by 1 point, so we were unlucky this season. However, we've learned from our mistakes, our errors, and we've already highlighted that within the team. So we're definitely looking forward to improving in those areas in the next season.
She also highlighted the takeaways from the competition.
I think the main thing is really all about consistency and discipline in everything that you do, and having the right attitude towards what you want to achieve, whether it be in sports, whether it be in your education, your career, or life in general. So having the right attitude and discipline is very, very important.
She also commended the competition.
And this competition is one of the biggest in the corporate or sporting space, and it really draws a lot of good attention. It's really good for a lot of the private companies who come here and register and have their teams play, because it's good for team building for each team, and also good for networking as well. And there's a lot of good vibes about it. So we're pretty happy that our company has invested in us to have a team with this competition.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this
For more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data, all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes, plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Now chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Mipla Halivim Wari Belong You.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The Morning Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, mostly cloudy with some showers. And Popondetta, cloudy with rain showers and drizzles and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Friday, the 24th of February 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.